Hello, everyone. My name is Sarah Ranchler, and I am the District 2 Director. And I hope that you have received a copy of our agenda today. We have a lot of fun things in store for you tonight. So I don't want to take too long with my thoughts and things. If you ever do want to just talk to me, I am here for you. I want to listen. I may not always agree, but I want to listen and hear your voice. That's what I'm here to do. So please do reach out. And one of the things I want to say at first is I want this to be collaborative. So if while you're hearing these reports, if you have questions, put those questions in chat or raise your hand, because we want to refine these reports before we give them to the district council in September. So any feedback or questions you have is great. So please don't hesitate to ask questions as we move through. So the first thing we do is we're going to review the district mission and the agenda. If anyone knows the district mission and would like to come off mute and say it with me, we can all say it together. Are you ready? It's down here. We build new clubs and support all clubs in achieving excellence. Yes, that's the district mission. And everything we do, we try and fall under that mission. So that's why it's so important. Are there any changes to the agenda or additional things before I stop the share? No. Oh, we got a few people in the waiting room. I'm going to let them in. All right. So since there are no issues with the agenda, I'm going to move to the next portion of the meeting, which is our quorum and introductions, or what I like to call the question of the day. And since I know a lot of the division directors are fans of ice cream, the question of the day is going to be, what is your favorite ice cream flavor? And I will take notes because later on, hopefully we will all have a big ice cream party, and I want to make sure you are all well represented at that event. So I will start. My name is Sarah Ranchler again. My favorite ice cream flavor, I think it's chocolate chip cookie dough if I'm having just one flavor. I really am a fan of the multi-flavors, like doing banana and strawberry together, but on their own, they're not as good. So that would be my choice. Anu, I'm popcorning it to you.
All right, thank you, Sarah. So I'm Anu Jokinden. I'm the Program Quality Director, and my favorite flavor is mint chocolate chip. Love it. So I'm passing this on to Roxanne.
Awesome. My favorite is chocolate salted caramel. Yum. And I'm popcorning this to Joshua.
Well, I think I'm going to have to agree with Anu. My favorite is mint chocolate chip, and I just love the fresh taste of it all. So I'm going to pop it over to Mr. Kumar. Go for it.
Yeah, hey, good evening, everyone. My favorite is double vanilla. Yeah, next it's Megan.
Good evening, everybody. I'm Megan Buckner, Division F Director, and I'm going to join the Mint Chocolate Chip Club. I think we're gaining some traction there. I'll popcorn over to Bob.
Well, mine is Rocky Road with the marshmallows and chocolate, just like the candy bar, only in half pint size. And I guess I will pop it over to Lisa.
Hi, everyone. I'm going to have to go with chocolate chip mint also. That's my favorite. All right, let's go to Ellen.
Okay. My camera is not coming on. Okay. My favorite ice cream? Okay, I will do something more unique. The pistachio one. It was low sugar content, but it is still very yummy. So the next I will call Suzanne.
Gee, you beat me to it, but my favorite is pistachio. Really like that green nutty thing. And let's see. I guess JJ?
She is just coming in, so she might not know what we're doing. JJ, can you tell us your role and your favorite ice cream flavor?
And while she's unmuting herself, I'm assistant area director. What area are we, Lisa? Oh, 62. Okay.
I think maybe we should pick somebody else.
All right.
I think she just joined.
All right. Joshua, have you done it yet? Yeah. Let's see. Patrice?
Hi everyone, I'm Patrice Tabor, Area 22 Director, and I'm going to go with Mocha Almond Fudge.
Oh, that's a good one.
Turn it over to Katie.
So many choices. I am the Area 23 Director, and I think my absolute favorite is going to be lemon custard ice cream. Oh, it's good. And I'm going to call on Janice Carmichael.
Hi. I have to go with Jamocha Almond Fudge. There's just no comparison. I'm sorry. If you're a coffee lover, you gotta have Jamocha Almond Fudge. So I'm Area Director 11, co-area director. My co isn't able to attend tonight, I don't think, but I'm with Ash Driscoll of Area 11. And I will coffee it on over to, I see Johanna Jones or Jonna Jones.
That's JJ. Yeah.
JJ Jones. JJ, have they answered yet?
Yeah, I'm not sure whether JJ can actually get on. She might be actually taking our meeting. JJ, are you there?
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can now.
Sorry, I just left from reserving our space in the park.
Yes.
I am assistant area director with Ellen, and my favorite ice cream flavor is strawberry cheesecake.
Awesome. Thank you, Jonna. I'm going to choose Matt for you.
Oh, well, thank you, Sarah. My name is Matt, Area 44, and my favorite ice cream is free, but if I have to pick a flavor, it's going to be mint chocolate chip.
Vera, you want to go next?
Vera, yeah.
Yeah, I can go next. So my recent favorite is Molly Moon's has a flavor called Yeti. I don't know what is in that. It is a vanilla with a couple of mixes. If that's not available, I'll go with a vanilla with chocolate drizzle on it.
That's some fancy ice cream right there. The Molly Moon. That's good stuff. All right. Did we miss anyone? I think everyone went. We did a good job. Good job, everybody. I promise to have a different question at each deck meeting, and they will be short like this, but we have to do a roll call, and we do have quorum present, so we can conduct business. I have listed the governing documents explanation of why we do these things on the second page of the agenda. So if you are curious, and I would love to give the division directors and the area directors a chance to report in at our next meeting in January. So be thinking about that, because you'll all have done one round of visits. You'll be starting to plan contests. And so we should have lots of exciting updates. I do have to give a 30-day notice. So if you do want to be on the agenda, you have to let me know in December. So mark your calendar for that. And if there are no questions, we're going to proceed into our reports section of the meeting. I don't see any hand raises. So with that, I'm just super excited to let you guys hear from our PRM, Josh Hinman. He is
Hello.
awesome and why we have this background. So welcome, Josh.
Thank you, and hello, everybody. As Sarah said, my name is Josh Hindman. I am the district's public relations manager, and I have a little bit of a presentation to share with you. So give me one moment as I get that set up on my screen here. I wonder if I can share it. Yeah, I'll have to share it this way. Okay. All right, and here we go. I only have one monitor, so forgive me. All right. So here is the Public Relations Manager report going from July 1st to current. And I'm excited to share with you some great information that some things that I've been working on, and introduce my team, who's amazing. And I got a lot of good stuff to share with you. And I promise, Sarah, it shouldn't be longer than 5, maybe 7 minutes. All right. First, I want you to meet the team. Again, my name is Josh Hindman, Public Relations Manager. My home club is Aspiring Leaders. And my favorite Toastmasters experience has been serving as marketing chair for Galaxy Rising, for that conference back in May, which I feel played a huge role in me being able to get this role as PRM. So I'm really excited to be here. I'm fired up. I'm ready to work with all of you. This is going to be amazing. And my amazing teammate, currently I only have one. I am looking for others. So hint, hint, is Sai. He is our webmaster. He's been doing amazing work so far. He's diving deep. We're doing a lot of restructuring with our website and how that's going to work. So really looking forward to when that's complete. But Sai's really done a lot of amazing work getting all that, understanding what's going on and getting it all figured out. And his home club is Digital Transformation Toastmasters. He's also part of Leading Edge. And his favorite Toastmasters experience, he loved being part finals of the evaluation contest on the district stage and winning in that May 4th, 2024 conference, and that Galaxy Rising conference. So congratulations on that, Sai, and we're so excited to have him on board. All right. So what have we accomplished so far? One of the biggest accomplishments, as you guys have been probably found, is we've changed the Starburst a little bit. We got some new things happening there. We got some new guidelines. I'm going to kind of go through these with you real quick. And please do share these guidelines with your clubs, because I haven't gotten a lot of information from clubs since we started, which is understandable. They're still trying to figure out how they want to represent their clubs and whatnot. But so we're looking at focus on club special events. So if a club is having a special event happening, we want them to share that with us so that we can share that with the rest of the group, and all of Toastmasters can celebrate with them. We do want to encourage too, though, that they do share outside of the Starburst. There is a word limit of up to 200 words or less. For images, we do want them to include, I shouldn't say want them. They are welcome to include an image for their our article, whatever that might be, but that image has to be brand appropriate. I'm happy to create the image myself and help with that. Or if they want a little consult with me, happy to do that as well. If the image does not meet the TM guidelines for branding, I will work with them kindly and help them fix that and get that figured out. All articles must include their website, their club website, or their contact information for more information. We need to include all contact information for every article so that people know who to contact if they want more information. Also, event posts, they can submit up to 3 consecutive posts for a single event, and we will share those with up to 3 consecutive weeks as desired. And they just let us know in the notes whether they want how often they want those posted. So those are the new Starburst guidelines for this year. All right, so let's talk about what's new with Starburst. So three big things that we're talking about here is we're doing a Toastmasters of the Week, started by Sarah a couple weeks ago. Thank you, Sarah, for starting us with that. I think this is a fantastic way to recognize amazing Toastmasters doing amazing work within our clubs, within our districts, whoever it might be. We have a little submission form. We need an image of them as well as a little bio or what they've accomplished or what's going on with them. Why did you nominate them? That kind of thing. We do encourage district and area, division and area directors to please feel free to nominate. Tell your clubs to nominate. Let us know what's going on. I'm also working on. We haven't gotten this set in stone yet, but a new member of the month, or every couple months, we're going to highlight a new member. So if we have a new member to talk about, we'll have a submission form. We don't have that built yet, but that's going to be coming soon. And then there's also the Starburst suggestion box. This is a big thing for me as your Starburst editor. I really want to know how the Starburst is doing. Is it reaching? Is it resonating with people? I do want to know everything so I can make the Starburst the best thing that our district can possibly have for news and information from the district. So please let me know. There is this Starburst suggestion box link is here on this presentation, which I will be sharing in the chat here pretty soon. And it was also on the Starburst newsletter towards the bottom of the newsletter. So please give us some suggestions, tell your clubs, be awesome. All right. I do want to point out that if you need help training for your VP public relations, for your club public relations folks, please don't hesitate to reach out to me. I'm happy to help. I'm going to be doing a training session on the 17th. I'll be working with Division A and B at their conference, or sorry, not conference, at their at their training. So please, my email is on here. Check it out. Please feel free to ask me if you need help with getting your officer training done. All right, social media. I do want to talk about this. I'm not sure how many people are signed up for our Facebook, LinkedIn, Instagram, X, and YouTube accounts. So do please check these links on here. They all go to the accounts. If you're not part of these groups, please, I beg of you, do it. Get on there. I do post a lot of events on Facebook and LinkedIn especially. I'm going to start doing stuff on Instagram. X is still kind of old school right now. It hasn't been updated since 2020, so I'm working on getting admin rights to that so that I can start updating stuff on X, and as well as Sarah's got an account with YouTube, so if we want to post some videos, or if I want you to check out the YouTube channel as well. We have some great information on there, great events, and definitely want to make sure you guys and your clubs, please encourage your clubs, your new members, get them signed up with the newsletter, get them into these different social media sites. It's just great information coming from the district. All right. Sorry, I didn't realize I had so little screen space here. There we go. Okay. Some events that are happening or that are coming up. Of course, I already talked about the August 17th Division A and B officer training. I'll be there. Please stop by, say hi. Happy to help, answer questions, work with you on anything you want. In September, we have I'm going to organize a Free Toast Host and Easy Speak deep dive. The date has not been determined yet. I'm still waiting for my speakers to get back to me on my instructors to get back to me on how that's going to look and what day will work for them. I do want this to be for all members, or especially VPPRs, so they can really get a deep dive into that and how to organize, maintain their Free Toast Host site or their Easy Speak site. Also, we have that a November 2nd event for the evening awards and speeches. You're going to start getting some stuff in the mail about that pretty soon. So keep an eye out for that. I'm sorry, I know I'm going through this a little quickly. I want to talk about some future goals that I have. Is one of my biggest things. I really want to boost the District 2 Toastmasters.org website, the D2TM.org website. We have a lot of great information on there. I hope to keep maintaining great information on that site that's useful, that's valuable, not to mention our event calendar is on there as well. So I really want to start driving traffic to that. also want to amplify our social media presence. Like I said, if you're not part of those social media groups that we have accounts with, please sign up. The more we can get this out, our information out, the better opportunities we have to get new members, which comes with my next goal of growing overall district membership. This comes through social media. We're going to do some news releases. We got some great stuff happening that we're going to really, not to mention a big event that I'm hoping to get together next year that will really get folks from outside of Toastmasters into Toastmasters. I think this is such an amazing program we have here. I really want people to be part of it. And I think it's important that everyone knows that it exists. And also I want to elevate member engagement. We have some great engagement, of course, in our social media sites and all these things, but I really want to get more people, more of our Toastmasters involved in the district. Especially, we have a lot of great things happening, a lot of great events. The district is here to support our clubs. We can support our clubs with our clubs being engaged. So I really want to encourage your clubs and your people to please, your presidents, please engage with us. We have a lot of great things happening here. And that ends my report. I hope I didn't go too long. Thank you so much for your time. I do appreciate you. And I'm so excited to be working with all of you this year. One last thing for division directors, please don't forget to send me a headshot of yourselves so that I can put something up on the website with your image. You guys deserve to get some recognition for being in that role of division and area governor, or director. I'm sorry. Please send me those headshots. Thank you so much. And Sarah, back to you.
Thank you so much, Josh. I think the main question is, when are we getting these slides and when will they be in the chat?
They're there now.
That was the main question I saw. Are there any other questions for Josh? Hearing none, I will move into our next report. Our very enthusiastic Club Growth Director, Roxanne Spring. Welcome, Roxanne.
Thank you. Whoops. Yeah, I am unmuted. Amazing. That's awesome. And I do have a few slides, but mine are not nearly as fabulous as what we just saw. And yet I am going to upload them and start going for us. Let me get them ready and share. All right, I have news to share. I will always have news to share. And the way that we're going to share it is we're going to start with the great news. Let's always start with great news, shall we? Let's start with the great news. I'm sharing it and I'm going to make it into the slideshow it needs to be. I have to figure out how to do that. So if you all know how to do it and can tell me if I'm on one computer how to do it, I would love to do that more correctly. Good, great news. Look at this, everybody. We have 119 paid clubs to date, right? All we need to be Smedley distinguished is 124 clubs. That's it. And I don't know how many of you saw that in my speech, I was claiming that we will be doing 20 clubs this year. And we're off to a great start. So July, and this is thanks to Anu, let's make sure that we pay homage to those that came before. Anu, Bob King, all the team that worked together to make this happen. But JOH Toastmasters is the accurate name for Pokemon, and Icertis is a club that we got because there's other places that have clubs that want to come to our area and put their clubs in Bellevue. And that's how we got Icertis. So these are clubs that in July came to be our brand new clubs. And in the pipeline, we have Seahawks, we have Jacobs. Jacobs is like that other company, Icertis. It already had some roots and is dropping into our desirable area that we have here. Not so great news. We have 50 clubs that qualify to have coaches. How many coaches out there do y'all think we have? I'll just say right now, it's not 50. And how are they eligible? Because there's less than 13 members. But I didn't come to bring a message of downer. I became here to say that you are all messengers of hope. There are resources to be used. And there's messages that need to come to each and every club and be broadcasted to all of our Toastmasters. Because guess what? So many of our Toastmasters might be considering this, and they may not know that becoming a distinguished Toastmaster is a very distinguished thing to do. There is only, listen to this, 6% of all the Toastmasters in the world since 2017 that achieved this. Don't you want to be part of that 6%? Well, clearly you guys do, because look you've probably already been a club officer and now you're a district officer. Here you are. And then it's important for me to make sure that everybody understands, and we'll have more information tonight on that, what it takes besides that. A club mentor or a club coach, those are in the same category. And then the next category is a club sponsor, a speechcraft, or youth leadership program. There's 2 pathways of your choice or someone else's choice that you will see to complete. And guess what? In our team, we're even willing and able to help you identify DTM projects. They don't have to be within the DTM system. They don't have to be within our system, but they still can be, and we have at our head, and you're going to hear more about my team, you're going to see them as we get further into the presentations tonight, someone that is brilliant at identifying projects. So I'm hoping that your interest is piqued for the rest of the training that's coming on tonight. And I am delighted to be here with you all. I see you as partners, and you'll hear more of that as we go on. I turn it back now to Sarah.
Thank you so much, Roxanne. We have one question for you. If you can clarify the difference between club mentor or club coach, what's the difference there?
It's a very important distinction. A club mentor is with new clubs. They go in and they partner. Now, the assignment says from 6 months to a year, but the 6 months to a year is really, I believe, dependent on making sure that club is successful. And, you know, a lot of clubs do not make it for that first year. I wanted to let you know that what we will be doing is strengthening us so that we don't lose the clubs that make us come out with a deficit. Those are both parts of the picture that are included in this. So a club mentor is with a brand new club, a club coach is with an existing club, and the club coach assignment can be up to 2 years. And actually, I have proven that it can go beyond that. I could get an extension just to make sure that that club got to distinguished, which it did. But it is, again, where you are pairing with the club and helping them to accomplish that goal of becoming distinguished.
Thank you so much, Roxanne. Do we have any other questions? All right. Seeing and hearing none, I'm going to move to our next presenter, our program quality director. If you didn't recognize her, Anu Jokenin. Welcome.
Yes, I'm red too. I'm now a redhead. Thank you so much, Sarah. Welcome, everybody. And so again, I'm Anu Jokenin. I'm your program quality director. And I started this when I was a club growth director. So I have by the numbers. So just kind of give you a kind of state of the union of where we are with everything. So we have had 3 club officer trainings so far. So 2 in person, 1 online. So many thanks to divisions E and F and divisions A and B for doing those. And then also just to kind of give you some context. So we, like Roxanne mentioned, we have 119 paid clubs. So if you multiply that by that 7, so that's all the 7 club officers. So that's 833 total roles that we need to train. So granted, there's a lot of people who have like 4 or 5 officer roles that they are because they're in multiple clubs. But so that we can actually go ahead, and my goal is to train as many officers as possible. And so to date, we have 237 roles trained, and we have 4 more trainings in place. As Josh mentioned, we have the in-person on August 17th, then we have an online on the August 21st, in-person on August 25th, and August 29th is online. And depending on where we are, I might squeeze in perhaps one more training in there somewhere. But so we have, so really encourage your clubs to get trained on that. And again, the goal this year is to have the year of great meetings, and it's those club officers that are on the front lines of having those transformative experiences for those club members. So it's really important that they've been trained. And I just want to give a huge shout out to all of these clubs that they have trained 4+ officers. And I actually have a list. And so I will, oh, I didn't put it over here, just so you see that I do have a list of all of the clubs and what roles have been trained. And I will be sharing that out later. But again, just a huge kudos to especially like Redmond Knights, Digital Transformation, Telco Toasties, and I believe Edmond Toastmasters they've trained all 7 of them already. So that's fantastic. All right, so, and then we also have Pathways office hours. Highly recommend these, especially for your new VPE. So as you're going and visiting the clubs, do encourage them to attend one of these Pathways office hours. I had a call with Karen this morning, and she's fabulous. If anyone can get anyone excited about Pathways, it's Karen. And she has all of these amazing tips and tricks as Basecamp manager. So I think these are really helpful for the VPEs to attend and join and just ask any questions. And you can also reach out to Karen. I know one of the clubs is actually having her come in and do a training to all of their club officers. So I thought that was a fantastic idea. But again, all of those dates are available on D2 website. We also have Moments of Truth. And again, this is to help. Oh.
You got muted somehow. Okay, you're back.
Okay. All right, let me go ahead and share again. There you go. Can you see that? Okay. So Moments of Truth is really designed to help clubs evaluate themselves against a series of best practices. And if you do conduct a Moments of Truth with District 2, you actually are eligible to receive $100 in D2 dollars, and you can spend it on anything like websites, Eventbrite postings, and so forth. But it does need to be completed by January 31st, and feel free to reach out to Richard Ripley. He is our Moments of Truth chair this year. And okay, drum roll, please. This is the moment that I've been waiting to share with you. So the 2025 District 2 Conference will be held at the Linwood Event Center on May 16 and 17. And Linwood Event Center actually has a special place in my heart. I attended a District 2, that was my first District 2 conference. And it was amazing. It was life-changing. It showed me that there is hope in this world, and that there are amazing leaders in this world. Not everyone comes from a toxic environment. So I'm so excited that it has come full circle that we will have our 2025 Linwood event conference at the Linwood Event Center. And I have more to share with you. So our Master of Ceremonies will be Rebecca Murray. As you know, she's fabulous. She's so entertaining. So I'm so excited that she will be there. And then we also have a special guest speaker that we have already secured. It's already lined up. It is Jocelyn Tyson. She is last year's world champion of public speaking. She will be there. And if you if you haven't seen her speech, her winning speech, go Google it and watch it. It's hilarious. I got to see her in person last year at the convention. I knew she was the winner. She was amazing. So I'm so excited that she'll be joining us at the conference. And then, so we'll have tickets go on sale next month. So we'll have more information on that, but just we wanted to give you a heads up on that. And then also, if anyone's interested in helping out with the conference, please feel free to email me. I'm always looking for more volunteers. Thank you so much. Back to you, Sarah.
Awesome. Thank you, Anu. Does anybody have any questions for Anu? I didn't see any in the chat, so don't be shy.
Just to comment that I'm super excited that it's taking place at the Linwood Convention Center. I think it's going to be fantastic. It's a nice centralized area as well, and nice job getting that speaker. That's going to be fantastic.
Yep, District 2's got a world champion. Watch out. All right, I guess that means it's time for my report. So I guess I'll do that. I am your district director, and I am going to focus on 3 things in this presentation: recruiting, business meetings, and support, because those are the things that I have been focused on over the past month as I ramp up as your leader. I want you all to know that your badges have been ordered. I also ordered all the badges for Roxanne's team because they all deserve a badge too. You know, no role is too small. And I will mail them when I return from Anaheim. So please update your address on toastmasters.org so I don't get it returned to sender. Okay, thank you. There are a couple members on my team that aren't here tonight, but they're here in spirit. We have our finance manager, Rick Kunkel, our admin manager, Gregory Tompkins, and our logistics manager, Christy Helvagian. And all 3 of their contact information is at the bottom of the Starburst. So if you ever have a hankering to contact any of the trio or these people, just go to the bottom of the Starburst, click on our name, and an email will begin for you. Please do reach out to these 3. They are ready and want your questions. Gregory is not here because he's on vacation, but he comes back next week when I am. So he's ready. The elephant in the room. We need area directors, you know, like how are we going to fill the deck? No matter what Roxanne does with new clubs, if we don't have area directors supporting the clubs, we aren't going to succeed as a district to help all those clubs. Roxanne said need help, 50 clubs. And a lot of those clubs are in areas that don't have area directors. So one of the ideas I came up with is to give you ice cream. So I will give you ice cream, and we can either do it all together or we can do it by division if you want to just get together with your team, however we want to do it, but there's going to be mint chocolate chip involved. But since I told people about the ice cream award, I still haven't appointed an area director yet. So I don't know that that's the solution. One of the things that I heard another district did was they all voted in the deck and they decided that if an area didn't have their area director, no one in that area could compete in contests above club. So I don't want to do that. Like, that's not my style, but I'm just saying, like, these areas need support and we need to find people. So here's your time. Do you have ideas for me? Can you put them in the chat? Can you come off mute and tell me what you think? Because I need all of you to help. When you're going out on these visits and you're seeing these awesome people, I need you to tell them to be an area director and how fun it is. If you want to make me a video, Oksana made us a video and Josh put it out there on social media. Like, whatever you can do to contribute let me know. Because we need to work together as a team so that we are a full team. And if we do that before the 1st of September, then everybody who's appointed will get their full year of DTM credit.
Yeah, I think videos are great to put out there and talk to your clubs. I know one gentleman from my club, Frank, has made interest in being an area director. So really yeah, just I think get the information out there, get people involved, and I'll do as much as I can on social media and the Starburst.
Yeah, send Josh your ideas. If you have messages, even like just a quote to give to him, he could put that out there too. I like where you're thinking, Ellen, to get the full list of Toastmasters, see if they've been in Toastmasters for greater than a year, email them and invite them. So each of you can do that for your areas. Look at the people that are in your areas. And what I found is one-on-one works best, not a bulk email. It's Toastmaster Ellen, like talking to Ellen, not just asking a bunch of people. So I would say, Ellen, my ask of you is, could you pick one person in Microsoft who you think is awesome and take them out to coffee, and I'll pay you back, and convince them to be an area director. If you need a reimbursement for coffee, let me know. That's a small price for me to pay. Oh, ask outgoing area directors if they'd be interested in doing that. So we have done this. You're welcome to push them even more, and like, especially if their area is still unfilled, feel free to push on them. You were chosen. Anu was chosen by Roxy. Oh, we got a good one. All right, so I don't want to dwell on this too long. I know I've already spent over my time, but I do want to let you know that I need your help. Sometimes you have to fall on the sword and ask for help, and that's what I'm doing. Okay, we have 2 business meetings coming up. There's the business meeting in Anaheim, where we're all like delegating proxies to vote, and there's going to be new international directors, a new Stefano, because Stefano's moving up in the ranks. Roxanne, Anu, and I are all going to be down there, and we're going to interview the second VP candidates. And then my plan is to listen to the speeches and decide for the international candidates on those. There's our business meeting, our District 2 business meeting, September 20th, and you will all be invited to that and be looking for more information about that. But this is the main things you need to know. So division directors, if you want to give a report at the business meeting, I just need to know by August 19th so you can be included in the agenda. Area directors, let your clubs know about these things that are coming up when you are visiting with them, just to see if they're on their radar. All presidents and VPEs will be invited to the September 20th meeting along with everyone here. So they will have 30 days notice, but sometimes people just miss it. So feel free to bring it up. I want to share a draft version of the budget. That is one of the things we will be voting on at the business meeting. I'll put the full doc in the chat if you're curious, but it's not finalized. However, World Headquarters has seen it, and they asked me to make a few small changes, and that's all I've done. So as far as I'm concerned, it's pretty close to being ready. And lastly, I just wanted to share kind of my theme for the year. A district itself is not allowed to have a theme, but you can have a personal theme. Like Anu's is great meetings, and mine is to lead with joy. And that's why we're doing all of these, great meetings. We're trying to have more events and celebrations to show you all how much we really appreciate you. We know it's a volunteer organization, and we can't do it without you. So that is why we're having this November 2nd event. I sent out a teaser to all of the distinguished and better clubs. There were 29 clubs that achieved distinguished or better last year. There were 4 distinguished areas, 1 president's distinguished area, and 1 distinguished division. So we want to celebrate all of these with a photo opportunity on the stage. It's an auditorium. It's a 300-person auditorium, full lighting. Get a picture, bring your banner. And then we'll have a second half, which is humorous and tall tales speeches. It's not a contest. It's just for people to practice. Maybe they are just dying to give a humorous speech. But I've had a few people email me, even just with that little teaser that I sent out. So be telling clubs if they don't want to compete at the international, this is a great opportunity for them to get stage time at the district level. So I just want to thank you all for everything you do. I just appreciate, you know, my role and how much fun you're making being a district director. I keep waiting for something to go wrong. Hasn't happened yet. So let's just keep going. Let's just keep having fun. And I don't see any questions in the chat. Any questions? All right, I will share my stuff, but I'm the next person on the agenda, so I won't share until I'm done talking. But one of the things you all said you wanted after you saw Ellen's presentation on area director expectations was more on the dashboard. Show me the dashboard. So that's what we're going to do now. I'm just going to show you what I know about the dashboard, and I'm going to go kind of fast because I'm recording this. But if you do have questions, put them in the chat. All right. So the link to this dashboard is on the agenda. You probably want to bookmark it though. Dashboards.toastmasters.org. It is, I probably go here, I mean, almost every day. It's a little bit of addiction. So you have been warned. So this has every district in the world, but luckily we are the top. We're the first one listed, so it's very easy to find us here. But that's sort of where everybody goes. I kind of want to focus on this stuff over here that everybody kind of ignores, because that's really where the bread and butter, I think, of this dashboard is. So there's daily reports. Okay, daily reports are super cool by district, and they have all kinds of different reports. So this is how we know who got education achievements, who's a Triple Crown, who has their officer lists in. So if you're curious and you want to check to see like, oh, are my clubs, you know, how are their dues doing? You know, I'm going to go visit this club. Maybe I should see if somebody achieved an education achievement. I might want to recognize them when I'm there at the meeting. Come and check it out. There's so many cool things. And just like Roxanne said, you know, how many coaches do you think there are in District 2? You can find out right here. Should I show you? That's how many. It's not a lot. And a lot of these people aren't going to be coaches anymore because they just got distinguished. Okay, so there's that. Then there's the club growth report, which is actually really, really fun right now because District 2 has gained 1 club. So if you sort this by total, look who's tied for first in club growth in the whole Toastmasters International. We are. Good job, Roxanne. You can say that at training too. Tell people you've already chartered a club. It's a big deal. As you can see, not many districts have done it. All right. And then my favorite, the additional reports. And I think this is the one that as an area director or a division director, this might be your favorite too. So you click District 2, and then it takes a second to think about itself. You don't really need to click anything here, but it loads a bunch of charts. And they have important information that's taken from the dashboard, but sliced. so that it makes sense to what we're trying to do as an organization, okay? So one of the things that we have to do is we have to be able to be qualified to be distinguished, right? Like in order to get that, you have to have 20 or +3 growth. So right now, District 2 has 36 clubs that qualify for distinguished. Okay, let's go back to the dashboard for a second. Okay, to get distinguished, we need 48 clubs to be distinguished. Well, Sarah, that math ain't mathin', because if only 36 clubs can get distinguished, how are we going to get 48 to be distinguished? That's where you come in, because you can find out if some of your clubs might need a couple members and you might be able to help them with an open house or something like that. But this gives us a good breakdown on whether or not we're going to get distinguished. And then down below, it breaks it down even further by division. So you can see what your division goals are to get distinguished. And this gets a lot more interesting as you go through the year. Right now, it's pretty boring because we just wiped the slate clean. But you're going to want to come back and check on this after maybe you do a July to October visit. And you might be saying to yourself, Sarah, well, my visit's not due till November 30th. That is correct. Your visit report is not due until November 30th, but we would like you to get your visit done before the end of October. And preferably your report too, but the idea is that you visit, and then if you need to fill out your report later, you can. But the best way is to fill out your report that same day or the next day and email it to the club officers. I want to send a shout out because I know Ellen just finished hers. So this should be updated next week with that data. Here are all the clubs Roxanne was talking about that need coaches. They're all listed here, and there's a little link to their Find a Club, so you can find out more about them, see if clubs in your area are on this list, and find out how you can help them. And then ask us, ask the trio if you need us to do something too. This is like just cool, but down here, this area to-dos, that is what you might want to pay attention to as an area director. Let's say you're F64. I know that one doesn't have an area director, so we're going to click on that one. So to be distinguished, we need to do the visits. So as an area director, you're qualifying your area to be distinguished by doing those visits. Like you are part of it, the whole thing. And then 3 distinguished clubs. And then it gives you more goals for like higher up, higher than distinguished. But you can check on this and see how things are. But if you scroll up here, okay, now this area, it looks like there's some things to do. Now, Megan let me know that We Are Pistachio is closing, so we don't have to worry about them. It's sad, but it does happen. But these other clubs, CTS Club and FNWL Club, they are small clubs, but they might just need a little boost to get distinguished. So back to the dashboard. Here is the main look of our district that you're going to see. But the cool thing is that there's these tabs. So if you want to just look at how your area or your division is doing, this might be the slice for you. This is more for the district people. This is like for areas. And you can collapse them, expand them, but it has a lot of interesting information about your different clubs, their membership, whether they're distinguished. And then you can export this too. If you're a data nerd and you want to make a visualization from the CSV data, do that. Guess what? I did that. Here you go. This is the data from Find a Club for our clubs in District 2. You could check this out. I exported the data and then made some visualizations. It's just like a cool different way to like look at your district, look at your division. And I'll update this because it is my DTM project. So I have like a side project going where I'm trying to improve visualization for all districts. And so you can help me with that by telling me what you want to see here. Like, what do you want me to join this to? I won't be able to put it on public if there is any personal information, like if I join the membership list, but I can share that with you. I'm a data nerd, so send me your ideas. But you should also share with your clubs the club status. So you can send them a link. So let me go to a specific club. Let's just pick Icertis because that's the new one. So you can send them this link. It's specific to their club ID. So send them this link and say, this is how you can tell how many goals you've met. And then you can have a conversation with them about it when you're with them and just go through what all this is. All right. So that is my down and dirty dashboard training. There is a little guide down here and I didn't cover what's in the guide. So you're welcome to read the guide. Are there any questions about all that? I know it's a lot of information. Yay. Can you tell I like data? Maybe, maybe not. Suzanne,
Excellent job, Sarah. Thank you.
Suzanne, I like it. Okay, cool. All right. So since I have done dazzling you with dashboards, I am pleased to announce a slight change in the agenda where instead of just a new Jokenin, we will have the tag team of Roxanne and Anu giving the presentation on supporting new clubs. I am so thrilled to learn all about how we can do this and support each other. Welcome our program quality director, Anu Jokenin.
Thank you so much, Sarah. Welcome again, everybody. So I'm going to go and share my screen here. So, all right. So this portion is going to be about establishing and supporting new clubs. And I am fresh off the club growth director role, and it was actually awesome role. I loved building new clubs, and I know Roxanne is super excited, and she's going to blow the numbers out of the water. And I'm so excited that she's our new club growth director. And so today we're just going to kind of talk about what it means to build a club, because we also, when last year, not everybody has experienced that process. And so we wanted to make sure that you all were aware of what it's like to build new clubs. And so we're going to talk about the mission and goals. I'll talk about the club building cycle on a high level, and then I'll pass it over to Roxanne, where she's going to talk about her team specifically, the club builders, and then also go into the club building cycle again and how her team fits in there. So you know who to contact for each of those portions. And then I'm going to take it back again. We'll do a supporting new clubs piece. So we added 7 new clubs last year, and I learned a lot. So as a gift to Roxanne, I want to share some of the lessons I learned that I feel really bad that I didn't share with the area directors or the division directors. So I'm going to tell you some of those lessons learned so that you all are prepared. So when Roxanne is flooding our district with brand new clubs, that you guys know what to do. All right. So of course, the Toastmaster mission is to empower individuals to become more effective communicators and leaders. And we, as Sarah started off, we as the district also have a mission, and our mission is to build new clubs and support all clubs in achieving excellence. So what do you think? You can come off mute. I want to make this a little bit more interactive. And so just come on mute and just share, why do you think, what are the benefits of club building for you as a Toastmaster, or also as a member who's joining them? What are some of those benefits? You wanted to kind of come off mute to share?
Yeah, I can share personally. I have built a couple clubs back in the day, long time ago at this point, Top of the Hill being one of them. And there's a lot to learn there. It's a great way to get mixed up with the community and really learn what people are looking for. I mean, in my case, I was doing one corporate club and one community club, And it was just so great to see the support. We actually had a nice demo. It was just fabulous. So I would say, and honestly, it was encouraging too. It just helps excite you even more when you see something working. This is actually working. People actually want this. This is fantastic. So that's kind of what I would like to share with building new clubs and what I got out of it. And plus, it helps the district as a whole. It just more, in my opinion, more people that get to know Toastmasters, the better. Just because Toastmasters is such a great program.
Very good. Thank you so much, Josh. Anybody else? Yeah, Kumar?
Yeah, definitely. It says, Josh mentioned that it's very rewarding. And so one club that I've started a couple of clubs as well. One that is still, it's an advanced club, is Say Leaders. And it's wonderful to be part of that, and also like feel that it's like we're celebrating just completed 10 years, more than 10 years now. So it's still helping everybody. And also like other thing is like it definitely helped not only us to grow as a leader, and also build the network, the community. And for self, it can help with your DTM as well. So, and area directors, to achieve your distinguished area, you need to build one more club than what you have. So multiple ways get benefited.
Very good. Anybody else? Anybody else? What are some of those benefits to you as a Toastmaster, as to our district, or to the members themselves? Get one more. Bob, you're on all those demo meetings.
Well, I would echo the encouragement of seeing eager people. You have brand new people most of the time. You have people that they don't know Toastmasters, and to see the enthusiasm with multiple clubs. I know I did one at my work, and it was fun to see them gather together and actually learning. And I think it gives energy to the district, because you get people excited, and then they want to do more. So it's been a rewarding thing and accomplishment, and yeah, it does help with the DTM too. But it's for me, success is speaking to people and the look in their eyes of like, oh, I get that. I've never thought about that before. Or I'm not the only one who feels that way. And seeing them learn it and get it and practice it is very encouraging.
Very good. Awesome. Thank you so much, Bob. All right. Yeah, so the new clubs offer Toastmasters benefits to there's more people, and so we have more people that are building their communication and leadership skills. And also we provide support. So as Kumar said, one of the requirements is to bring in at least one new club, but there's plenty of support here. And then Roxanne is going to talk to you about that in her section. All right, so club building cycle. So I think a lot of people don't know how a club is formed, just like how a star is formed, right? How does a Toastmasters club form? So we actually get a lot of leads we have this lead management system with Toastmasters, and so we get these leads. And that's where a lot of the ones like Abbott, the speech builders, Pokemon came up through that way. Who else? The User Research International came through that way. And so we bring in the leads, and what we do is we call them, because there are also some people that they contact Toastmasters and they're just looking for a club. And so we just kind of have to sort through that. Are they looking to build a club, or are they looking to just find another club? And so there was a couple from last year too. So I just kind of talked to them, understanding their goals and what they want to do. And so I just redirected people to find a club within our own district. And so we contact them, we'll qualify them. And then the next step is, once they have that understanding, okay, yes, we want to build a club, in our corporation or community. Then what we do is we do a demo meeting. And that's just something new. A lot of people don't know about what a demo meeting is. And so that is where we bring our seasoned Toastmasters to come in and do a sample demonstration meeting to this corporation or to the community. And so and it's a shortened one, so it's 30 minutes, and where we have a Toastmaster, we have one speaker, we do table topics, so then that way we invite those people to come in and just to kind of get a taste of that. We do one evaluation, general evaluator, we have a timer, and the grammarian. So a very shortened version of a Toastmasters meeting, 30 minutes. And then the last half hour is for them to ask questions. And so then a lot of them want to know, when is the Toastmasters experience done, right? That's one of the questions we always get. How long does this last? And I say, and I always give, and I want to give kudos to Megan, because I was inspired by her comments. It was about a year ago, or no, when I was PRM. So it's like the gym, right? So you're always building up your skills. You're building up your muscles at the gym. There's really no end to your experience at the gym. So Toastmasters is very similar to that. And then we go through, there's tons of charter forms. There's about, 7 forms that they have to fill out. And so you kind of go back and forth, making sure that is all clear. And then you do the follow-up, and then the whole process starts over again. And so then once they've chartered, then they have, what Roxanne will be talking to you about that, but then they have support, and then that's where you all come in to provide that support. And so with that, so now you have a general idea of what it looks like to start a Toastmasters club. I am going to pass this over to Roxanne.
Hello, everybody. I am so excited about this opportunity to bring it all to you. I don't remember this being a part of the component of DECM last year, in terms of really letting you know the difference that you can make with the whole district. So we do have a team, and it is our growth. It's our club growth team, but I call them the sparkling synergists. So we have a new club research chair, and that's Alex Hoff. He helps go out and identify things that may not just have come through from TI or someplace else. Maybe there's a club that's in a big office building, and there's a lot of other people that he could connect with. We've got a club last year with Seattle Pacific University. So there might be a huge market for other universities, letting them know. We have our extension chair is Marty Varela, and she is one of the ones, and Alex are the other 2 people that with me get access to our leads system. So they can see everything that comes in, and I can, and we can work together as a team. Obviously, I want direct contact with them, but it's so powerful when you have a team of people that can synergistically work together. Now, her person she has a sponsor chair, and that sponsor chair is Tracy Spinella. So exciting. She's so brilliant, and she's helping me a lot at reading reports and things like that. And she is one that is part of the demo team, as is Marty, as is the experienced Toastmasters. The lead one, I think, that we're going to go with, or we will use different teams maybe for different organizations, but Kent Bridenstine is one of the experienced Toastmasters that will be with us at the helm. So that's our extension chair. You don't look at this. Doesn't it remind you of something like a trio? Because then we have our quality chair, and that's Reka. And Reka is the one that's really focusing on the quality of the clubs. And she is the one that has the mentor chair, Lynn Chapman. So Lynn is the one that fine tunes which mentor do we put with which club. And one of the ways to get the feed of people to go ahead and be with clubs is really issuing out specifically to the people that have interest in the clubs that are being formed. Now, some of these clubs are a lot of them, not all of them, but they're company focused and they may not be open to outside clubs because they're an industry that comes in. But still finding people that fit with them is really great. Then we have the retention chair. So she's the one that's going to work with the making sure she's on that team for helping all our clubs to not get lost. Because if we have clubs coming in, but we're losing clubs, we don't really gain any traction, you guys. And so she has as her lead coach, Brian Brannigan, who part of his project is really honing in on those quality meetings and preparing coaches to really be able to take in more substance for quality meetings. And then I just need an administrative assistant. She takes my notes and she's there to do all things, and that is Amanda Clothier. So when you go to the trainings coming up, you will see that these people will often from these teams be co-presenting. They will present as a team because we want you to understand what is the difference between a sponsor and a mentor and a coach. They're all important. What I want to let you know though, is you as area and division directors are very important too. And I would like to see you involved, if you so desire, in the whole process. We go in with, as Anu said, a demo team. And that demo team is comprised of maybe those mentors that we've identified to check them out, get them in there with the club so that they can be with it from the inception, as well as the area directors that are interested. I'm not telling you have to, but I just would say you are invited to be part of that process. The reason I say that is when that club is a new club, the team then is shifted from us starting the club to having a sponsor, having a mentor, having a division director, and having an area director as part of those familiar faces and part of that same team that has seen from the very beginning where these people are in their enthusiasm and in their just what the culture is like. You get to experience it. And that's really important. And it's also great for them to know that it goes beyond the initial holding hands, if you want to call it that, or seeing them through, moment by moment. We don't leave them and throw them out into the world. We get them really prepared. So that's the team. I want you to be very comfortable with them. I will make sure that you have their email addresses to be able to contact them directly. The question came up and I wanted to make sure we're clear on it, that the mentors, we need a host of them. We're going to have a host of clubs and they're going to be serving the new clubs. The coaches, we need a host of them. And they're going to serve our clubs that are already in motion that just would need sometimes. How many in this room have ever been in a club that has been struggling? Can you show me with raised hands? Look at that. Actually, can I see everybody? Keep raising your hand. Yeah, look at that. It's a common experience. It's a very common experience. And if you haven't had it, then I would say your club is probably really situated to assist. And I hope that down the road we'll introduce something to really encourage clubs to do that. The club sponsor is the one that will take the meetings when they're first going into their meetings. As Anu said, there's the demo meeting, right? And then that's one that's done for them. The mentor goes there and does it with them. It's really there for them to be there, what they're needing them to be. Sometimes it could be structure, sometimes it could be many different things, but when you're with that club, you get to understand what they need. It is a 6 month to 1 year commitment, and they are with that club in the beginning. And now your involvement as a division director and an area director is also not going to end until a year. So you still will be able to be of real importance in their lives and in their success. It's great to have that connection with them, with more Toastmasters has been brought out tonight in these meetings. So the sponsor too is one very often, if the club has come and can come, I don't want you to not know this, it could be a suggestion that you have from a company that you know about, from a neighborhood you know about, from a group of people that you know about, that you too could be a sponsor. Anybody can be a sponsor. And there are 2 sponsors and 2 mentors that consist that team. So there's teamwork. I noticed some of you are in that team feeling, and I love that sense of community together. But that's why you have them. And of course you want to have 2 just for that synergy of energy, you guys. It's so important to do that. And I think you could advance to the next slide, Anu. Thank you so much for doing this. So again, when we're looking at that club building cycle, the thing I would like to know, and I would love everybody to, and I see questions coming up right away. Do the sponsors and mentors, coaches join the club? Very often, no. I don't even know if you, sometimes the sponsor is part of the club, but many of these organizations are organizations that are not looking for outside members. It's not true of everyone, but it is still an amazing experience to be part of sponsoring a club. And what do you remember on that DTM pathway? That's one of the options. Sponsor a club, do a speechcraft, or what was the third one? Do a youth leadership program. So that is one of the options of one leg of the DTM pathway that could be chosen. You can choose any one of these. And I happen to know there's people in this room that have done every level of that. And he has DTM right after his name already. Anyway, that is something that you can do and serve in many ways. I have been to a meeting because they have support meetings at the region level for us as newcoming members to be trained. And they were suggesting that the area directors become the coaches. And I am not advocating that, but I am advocating have conversations with people. Some people, it's going to be the better fit for them to be, and we want to fill our full quota of area directors, but some may want to compete in a contest. And if they want to compete, they can do a club coach or a club mentor, and they could still compete. When you're doing an area director or a division director, you don't get to compete that year. And it makes sense, doesn't it? You don't want to go out there and get everybody on your side for you being the best speaker. It makes sense why that's the way it is. But I would love it if you would contact me or any member of my team and let us know, number one, would you like to be part of a demo team? We will make every effort of having you be a part of it, particularly in your area or your division. And so let's make a big, just a little bit of a challenge. Let's just throw down the gauntlet. Who's going to have the most new clubs? We're going to have 20, y'all. So which division is going to win? I frankly would like them distributed. I'd like everyone in the room to have the experience of being part of this. Truly. But you get to say what works in your life. Demo meetings are typically not in the evening times. They're typically daytimes. So it isn't just, do you want to? Do you have the flexibility to be able to do that? That's the question. Then the opportunities, though, are so rich for the discovery, adding to your ability, your own ability, and everyone else's ability to grow and progress in new ways and be a part of a big deal. It's a big deal. Questions. Can I pause for some questions, Anu? Because you know what? You guys, there's a quiz coming up, so you better ask these questions right now, because I happen to know there's a quiz. And if people could help me find what the questions are, that would be good. And Anu,
Oh, I
certainly.
can read some of the questions. I've been trying to help you out and answer them in chat, but I think one great question Suzanne had was, how many sponsors? Oh, you got that one.
Yeah.
Then you got several people who want to be in the demo team. So should they email you? How should they connect with you to make sure that they can be a part of that?
Yes, yes, I would really appreciate it, and I will make sure that in the chat we get my email. It could, as I said, it could be anyone on the team, and you could do that at any point in time. When you see any one of us, you just let us know that that's what you want to be involved with, because we want that for everyone. We do. We want, it's so awesome. It is so awesome, as Bob already said, to be at this meeting where you have people that are wide-eyed with wonder. They're kind of taking it all in, and they're like, wow. And there's you don't want to blow them away. We don't want to bring the winner of the international contest to do the speech, because how would you feel if you hadn't been in a Toastmaster club and somebody comes in as the worldwide champion to speak? It would kind of maybe not go over the best. Sometimes there might be two speeches, one that's of someone that's a little further down the path, and one who's kind of just beginning, just to show the difference. Okay, another
So
question.
we have one question from Ellen, which is her difficulty is to committing to a mentor, because you don't always know when the club is actually going to meet, like what their daytime meeting schedule is. How do you recommend people who are interested in mentors find that out so they're paired with something that works for them?
That's an excellent question. I really love that. And part of the intake of mentors is finding out what is your availability. And that's what I'm saying, that to look at the mentor, like our Lynn Chapman is our mentor chair. She gets to look at that fine tuning and matchmaking, its interest, its availability, its matchability with what the company is going to need or the new club. So that is something that is really looking to get that good fit. It's really a win-win. We want a win-win situation. So this is information that you can give. I do believe she's already got information on that of an intake. I do believe that's already in motion. So there would be an intake that she would send out to you. It's like, why do you even want to do this? When could you do this? So those are really thoughtful questions that you have, Ellen. Thank you so much. And we are definitely doing with that thoughtful attitude of making sure that we've made a good match. Is there something?
One more question from Josh. How much does it cost to start a club?
Well, you know that it does cost, for if they're very new, brand new members, they're going to be paying the $60 plus the $20 for each person. And one of the things that we find in the organizations is there's organizations that are willing to pay for their employees to have this access to this training. The thing I want you to know about it is this is the most cost-effective training you could provide for people, because not only are you giving them someone that comes in and trains them, but you're giving them a laboratory, a place to experience. And like Anu said, that gym, the gym for becoming more skillful in communications. And many companies are interested in providing that for their employees. Some of you already know that, because some of you have participated or are in a club that has been paid for. So it does exist. And then beyond that, I don't Anu, I'm going to call on your vast experience. Is there an additional fee for this?
Sorry, additional fee for what?
When the club charters, they're just paying for every single member. They don't pay another lump sum or another.
Yeah, so there's a chartering fee. So there's to start a new charter, and then they will pay for all of the new members who have never, ever been in Toastmasters. There's a new member fee of $20, and then they'll pay the $60 membership fee. If they have any previous Toastmasters experience, they don't have to pay that new member fee. Then they just pay for the $60 membership fee. And so a lot of times the corporations will pay all of that for their members. So it's part of their professional development funding.
Yeah. Well, if that's it, I think we might be ready for the quiz. What do you think? I think we might. I don't
did you
think
want one more thing? So yeah, so one more thing about the area and division directors.
Yes. All right. Do you want to go do that? Anu, should I?
No.
Okay.
Or you can go do that and I'll do the quiz.
Okay, I like it. I like it. So so these are some of the ways that we've already been talking about that you can generate the lead yourself. You can find the people that are interested, and the way that you find that people are interested is you let them know of these possibilities. Many members of Toastmasters have not made it beyond the borders of their own club. And when you go to their club, don't be surprised if they give you an opportunity to speak or do something or share something. And this is well within your realm of sharing, that all of these relate to anybody that's wanting to work, even if they're not working towards their DTM. But these are opportunities to grow in your ability. So you can help us find those sponsors and members, and you can work, you're that liaison. In a church I once belonged to, they would talk about, you would go out, and one of the first things that they'd say is, we bring you the love and support of your leaders. And I hope that you go out with that attitude. You bring out the joy that we have in serving you and the happiness that we have in having this district, and bring that to them and bring back the information that you have. And then we already talked about your participation in it. I'm so excited that so many of you are excited about it, because I'm excited to have you there. And I think that I've never seen anybody that went to a demo meeting that didn't love it. I mean, everybody raves about it, but it's like, yeah, we don't want to just keep this a secret. We want it to be. Yeah, there's nothing like seeing birth spoken from a midwife.
Yeah. It is the coolest thing. And especially when we did Seattle University, that was so cool. I mean, these are what, 18, 19, 20-year-olds, and they were so excited, and they jumped up and did table topics. It was just fabulous. And I remember Marty gave a speech about her anxiety and introversion. And I think it was for User Research International. And there's so many people, I'm like, oh my gosh, that me too, I felt that way, and they felt seen. And it's just a great opportunity. There's nothing like doing a demo meeting. It's really cool. So I highly recommend you doing that. And so the next piece, so again, we're trying to keep this interactive. I'm going to stop share just for a second here. And let's see here, give me 1 second. I need to switch this over to this one, start this other one. Okay, let me share my screen again. All right. So for those of you who don't know, my background is in elementary education, and so I like pop quizzes. So be on the lookout for more. So we're going to do a little quiz just to see how well you are paying attention. And so just to kind of keep things simple, I'm just going to have you put the answers in the chat, and then we'll go through we have a few questions
here. Are there 24 questions in this quiz?
No.
Okay.
No.
Okay, good.
All right, the quiz. Here we go. It's more that retro. So those of you who played, was it Super Mario Brothers back in the 80s? You know, you got your thumbs with the blisters and all that. So yes. So the rules are you answer the questions in the chat and you learn about club building. So those are the rules for this little game. So get your chat ready. So the first question is, so actually, are you ready? Are you ready? All right, so the first question is, so you're going to choose from the 4 roles. So we have club sponsor, club mentor, district director, and club growth director. So which of these roles generates interest and recruits members in new clubs? So you can go ahead and put it in the chat here. I'll try to be monitoring the chat. Okay, very good. D. Get a couple people in here. So which of these roles generates interest and recruits members in new clubs? All right. And the answer is A, club sponsor. Excellent job. Very good. All right, next question. Who receives leads from the district director and world headquarters? Is it the club sponsor, club mentor, district director, or club growth director? Awesome. Very good. You guys are awesome. You're paying attention. Excellent. Yes, it is D, the club growth director. All right, next one. Who shows new clubs how to hold meetings and elect officers? Who shows new clubs how to hold meetings and elect officers? Actually the club sponsor, haha. So they're the ones, because when you submit that form to world headquarters, you have to have the club officers already identified, and so that's where the club sponsor comes into play. So I know it kind of thinks that's be a mentor role, but you can't form a club until you've identified those club officers. So there you go, tricked you guys. All right, so the next question is, who confirms alignment of new clubs? Who confirms the alignment of new clubs? Club sponsor, club mentor, district director, club growth director. Yes, it's Sarah. She's the district director. Very good. All right, we have just a couple more here. Who guides clubs through the first 6 to 12 months? Very good. Yep, it's the club mentor. All right, who helps plan demonstration meetings? Very good. So there's a mix between the club sponsor and the club growth director. Very good. Yeah, so this one actually, so the person who plans it really is the club growth director, but the club growth director is in coordination with the club sponsor. They go back and forth deciding on the dates and all that. So excellent. All right, so I think I just have like 2 more here. So who ensures club officers understand duties and how to perform them? Who ensures club officers understand duties and how to perform them? So there's a mix between A and C. Is it a sponsor or a mentor? Sponsor or mentor? It is the club mentor, because this is kind of after the fact, understanding how to perform those duties. Very good. All right. Who recruits, trains, supervises the club building team members? Awesome. Yeah, very good. Club growth director, that's Roxanne. Oops. Yep, there we go. I think I have, I think I have 2 more, sorry. Who familiarizes club officers with Toastmasters education program? Yes, it's the club mentor, but yes, it can definitely be the sponsor. It also guides it, and as well as the club growth director. Very good. And then true or false, are penguins penguins are mammals, true or false? Very good. It is false. They are birds. Excellent. Well done. All right. Thank you for playing the game. I appreciate you. And so I just have, let's see, we have a question. If anyone can help, how does a new VPE know which is the next project club members are supposed to go on? Yeah, so then that's where the mentor comes in. That's why it's really important. The mentor is huge to the support of that club to be able to guide them. And then you as area directors are also going to be supporting them, but then they'll go to training. They can go to Pathways office hours with Karen Lazon. And that's what we did with all of the new clubs too. We wanted to get them excited about Pathways right away. So their very first meeting, Karen Lazon came in and did a Pathways presentation, and that kind of inspired them. And then that got them on the right foot. So that was really helpful. All right. So let me stop sharing the screen, and I just have a few more slides from my lessons learned as Club Growth Director that I want to share. So we did the pop quiz. Go back to share. Hold on. Okay, here we go. We're in the home stretch. Okay, so we did the pop quiz. All right, so this is a cute and cuddly cub. And so our brand new clubs or cubs are just so precious, but they're very, very fragile. So it is really important that we support them, especially that first year. To think about a cub, it's never gone through all of the seasons. It has to learn all of those things. What is winter like? What is spring like? How to climb trees. And so as a district, we really need to support all of our new clubs. And so these are our new cubs or clubs, right? So 450 Alaskan Toastmasters, SAD Toastmasters, Seattle University, Abbott Speech Builders, User Research International, Giotto Toastmasters, and I said
Giotto.
Paris. So,
it's Giotto.
Giotto, sorry.
It's okay.
Sorry. So Division C, so you have a lot of new clubs. So I be focusing on these 3 new clubs in there. Division D, you have 1, E and F, you also have 1, and we're still working on identifying the area for ICERTIS. All right, let's see here. And so we need to be the mama bears in our district as a whole and really support our cubs as they are learning to understand what Toastmasters is like. You know, they don't understand the hierarchy. You know, they're just involved in Toastmasters, right? And so they don't understand about conferences or contests or anything like that. So anytime you're around a new club, just, you know, provide them with some knowledge, give them support, be excited for them. I think they're just going to be fantastic, especially I think this new group. I have a special place in my heart, so you better take care of them. So otherwise they'll come after you like a mama bear, right? So I want to make sure that these new clubs are fully supported. So the lessons learned. So I was really excited about bartering clubs, and then I forgot about the follow-up. That was my piece, I forgot. So I want to share some of the things that I learned. So when a new club charter, so this could be at any time of the year, so we're not chartering clubs at the exact time when renewals are taking place, right? So they happen all throughout the year. So when a new club comes in, especially with our corporations, they pay for 6 months whenever they start. So Abbott Speech Builders, they chartered in February. And then 6 months from there, that's where the renewal period ends. So what happened for me, then I had the area director, because we were telling people, make sure you get your renewals in. Well, they're reaching out to Abbott Speech Builders that, hey, you need to renew. I'm like, this was a month later. Like, wait a minute, we just paid, 6 months worth. Why are we having to renew? So that was an error on my part. I should have mentioned to the area directors, hey, when you have a new club, they pay for 6 months. Now, the best practice is for them to pay for the 6 months and then, whatever the prorated to get you to that next renewal period. But a lot of corporations, they're still trying it out. And so they're just committing to that 6 months. And they want to see if their members actually are committed in doing this, and they don't want to pay for that extra. So they pay for the first 6 months. So just kind of be mindful of that, especially the renewal period is coming up. So if you have new clubs in there, just reach out to us if you're concerned you don't quite know where their renewal ends. So just be mindful of that. One of the other lessons learned is also, again, same thing when it comes to officers list. With Abbott Speech Builders, again, they chartered, so they've only been in that officer role for a few months, and so they can actually go to the next term, right? So they're allowed to do that. The president, they can't be obviously more than 1 year, so but just be mindful of that too. And I was texting with Andrew from Abbott Speech Builders to get their officer list in as well, because I didn't want them to have any issues and lose access to anything. So again, just be mindful about when they're chartering and when they need to get some of these things in. And then finally, something else, again, communicate with the club sponsors and the club mentors, and as you as area directors, kind of form a team as the mama bears of these new clubs, and so that you're communicating the same message, and just again, doing whatever it takes to support those new clubs. So again, and I didn't communicate that well enough last year, so I didn't introduce the mentors to the area directors and so forth. And so there was a little bit of a miscommunication, and that the new clubs, they're not aware that there's all of this support. We try to tell them, but there's so many things that they're exposed to when they first start that there's no way that they remember that. So it's a lot of repetition that we need to just repeat the same message over and over again. And again, just work with the club mentors and sponsors so that we're all supporting those new clubs. All right, and I think that is it. So any Q&A, so we have just a few minutes here left.
Ellen wants to know when User Research International needs to renew, so she can recommend that to them.
Okay, so we'll have to, I don't have that off the top of my head, so but we can
That's
get that
the only
information
question. So
yeah, okay. All right, very good. If that's the only question, I think I'll send it back over to you, Sarah.
okay, well, thank you so much for that, Roxanne and Anu. I think you both had something really awesome to contribute to that, and I especially loved, Roxanne, your slide with all of the pictures of your team. That is so cool. I hope you'll share this recording with them so that they can see that they were definitely well represented at this meeting. And if you do need to reach out, like we said, we are all here to support you. And so please ask us questions, engage. We're here for you. We don't have to take the full time, so I'm happy to let you go 15 minutes early, but if you do have questions and would like to stay, I'm happy to stay as well. So I don't hear anything, so I'm going to stop the recording and then see if there's questions after that. Peace.